Hello everyone, I am Achal Soni, a final year student of Electronics and Communication Department of MLVT, Belwada. Today I am here to represent my seminar report on the plastic solar cell technology, which is the latest technology we are using to convert the sun's radiation into the electrical energy. Energy is the drive input and improve the life cycle. The consumption of energy is increasing day by day and it is directly proportional population, improvement in the living standard of humanity, and industrializations of the developing countries like India. The primary source of energy that we are using from decades are decreasing day by day due to the more demand of energy. So, to fulfill the energy demand, we need some conventional energy resources like solar energy. The implementation of nanorod and screen printing technology is the one of the most useful technology to make the plastic solar cells. This is the content table that what we are going to discuss in this presentation. With the increasing demand of the electrical energy, we all are looking towards the sun as a source of electrical energy. The sun always shines and provides energy to the earth in the form of light even on the cloudy days. Solar panels can convert the light into electricity. The solar panels are the photovoltaic devices that have two poles. The flow of carriers between these two poles can produce electric current which can be used to power other devices. The conventional solar cell. A solar cell is a device that converts the light energy into the electrical energy. Conventional solar cells are the devices that we are using from decades to convert the sun's radiation into the electrical energy. Usually light from the sun is used to generate electricity from a device. Hence, the name is solar cell. Conventional solar cells are built from the semiconductors like polycrystalline silicon, or in case of high efficiency, we can use crystalline gallium arsenide. Usually, monocrystalline or polycrystalline materials are needed for the higher efficiency. The conventional solar cells can convert the 35% of sun's energy into the electricity. These are the solar panels that convert the sun's energy into the electrical energy. The working principle of the conventional solar cells are similar to the PN junction working. The conventional solar cell is made up of p-type and the n-type materials. Sunlight, which is made up of photons, are particles which contain the energy. When both p and n doped semiconductors are brought together, a depletion layer is made which set up an electric field. In this field, any charge carrier can experience a force that sweep it into the end of the depletion layer. A photon from the sun excites an electron from the valence band to conductance band, creating an electron-hole pair. The excited electron move towards the n-type and the holes move to the p-type. This results in the production of current, which is normally known as the electricity. The flow of charge drives the external load. We can see here that the electrons flow to the n-type silicon and the holes flow towards the p-type silicon, and the load is getting current due to the production of current. The applications on conventional solar cells are as follow: that it is used to generating electricity for space vehicles to drive the solar power devices, to power the repeater stations for TV, radio, etc. in the remote locations, alternative energy source for the household purpose, as many people are using solar panels at the rooftop of the house. We can use it as a power source for small devices like pocket calculator and wristwatches. The advantages of the conventional solar cell: it has high efficiency. It is a renewable energy which can be used both to generate electricity and heat in the house. It is considered to be a good solution to prevent climate change, thus this is an innovative energy. With solar cell, there is no pollution in the environment. It is an eco-friendly energy which provides a great opportunity to create saving on our electricity bill, and due to the sun's radiation, it is an infinite energy. The disadvantages included that the installation cost of solar panels are very high. Moreover, they use a very large geographical area in order to deploy solar cell, as they are very large in the size. The conventional solar cell generate direct current. It requires some appliances or inverters to convert the DC to AC. Moreover, we can say that it is a seasonal energy, which means that compared to other types of renewable energy, the solar power plant is highly seasonal, that on a cloudy day it cannot convert the sun's energy into the electrical energy. So the solution of all these disadvantages are the plastic solar cell, which is a cheap energy device for the tomorrow. Plastic solar cell, or sometimes we can say an organic solar cell, is a type of photovoltaic that uses organic electronics. Now, what is the organic electronics? It is the branch of electronics that deals with the conductive organic polymers for light absorption and charge transport to produce electricity from sunlight by the photovoltaic effect. These organic photovoltaic cells are normally called polymer solar cells. Polymer offer the advantage of solution processing at the room temperature, which is cheap, and due to the polymers we can use the plastic in the solar cell. Thus, by replacing the silicon with polymer nanowires would make the solar cell lighter and cheaper. Plastics are made of polymers which are very long in molecule right into the electricity. The plastic solar cell uses nanotechnology and contains the first solar cell able to harness the sun's invisible infrared rays that is not possible with our conventional solar cell. The working of this type of solar cell is same as that of conventional cells, but these are small in size and can harness the sun's radiation also. The device architecture or the architecture of the PSC means plastic solar cell. The simply and the most widely used PSC is a metal insulator metal tunnel diode, that is the MIM tunnel diode with the metal electrode of symmetrical work function. The insulator used in MIM tunnel diode is typically a conjugated polymer. A typical solar cell consists of a glass substrate coated with a layer of indium tin oxide ITO, which will act as an anode. The ITO is then covered by a whole transport layer thin films such as poly 3,4-ethylene dioxythiophene, polystyrene sulfonate, or we can say SS. After the active layer is deposited by the wet processing or by the evaporation. At last we evaporated aluminium or cadmium, which will work as a cathode. So we can say that firstly we use a glass, then we deploy the ITO, which will work as a anode, then we deploy the PEDOT PSS. After that we use the polymer, and at last the cathode is evaporated and selected to match the energy level. This is the production technique. First we prepare the ITO surface, then we coated the conduction layer of PEDOT PSS, then we coat the active layer. The evaporation of the top contact is done. After that, sealing against the oxygen and water, and at last the device testing is done. The designing of the PSC can be done by two ways. The first one is the nanorod or the polymer technique. The plastic solar cell designed is actually a hybrid comprised of tiny nanorod dispersed in an organic polymer. We can consider this hybrid plastic solar cell with a nanorod or polymer layer sandwiched between the two electrons. Nanorods are mixed with a plastic semiconductor which is called the poly 3-hexythiophene and coated a transparent electrode with the mixture. Using rod shaped nanocrystal rather than spheres provide a direct path of electron transport, help to improve solar cell. These type of cells can convert the sun radiation into the electrical energy with the efficiency of 6.9%, which is one of the highest ever reported for a plastic solar cell. We can also manufacture nanorods in a beaker containing cadmium selenide to absorb as much sunlight as possible. They also aim for nanorod as long as possible. The given panel is an 8 plastic solar cell based on inorganic nanorods. The second technology we used for the designing of PSC is the screen printing technology. It is commonly used in the industrial techniques for fast and inexpensive deposition of dye films over large areas. It is an ideal technology for large-scale fabrication of PSC. This allows the patterning of easily define which areas of the substrate receive deposition. By using the screen printing technology, we can easily define the individual device on the same substrate. We use this technique to deposit an ultra-thin and smooth active layer in a bulk heterojunction. The device yields a power conversion efficiency of 4.3%. It means that the power conversion efficiency of PSC using the screen printing technology is 4.3%. The application of this technique is to fabrication of an organic cell, further increase the strong potential that these devices have the practical use. The working principle of PSC is same for the MIM tunnel. Like in the semiconductor, the electrons are excited by the photons, creating electron and hole pair. But unlike the semiconductor, the electrons and holes are not free to move. They form an excitation and move together. The paired charges are splitted at the interface using electrode for suitable work function. The holes are collected with the high work function, whether the electrons get collected at the lower function electrode. The electron travels to the length of the rod until it is collected by the aluminum electrode at the last, and the hole is transferred to the plastic, which is known as the hole carriers. The energy gap between the valence and the conductance band of PSC is typically 1.5 to 3 electron volt, which lies in the range of visible light. It means that we can see the output energy. The active layer of the PSC contains two polymers, a green one which is the long and the red one which is the shorter. There is a lot of interference between these two polymers. This is necessary because the sunlight creates the charges between the interface area. When the light is absorbed by the glass, the positive and the negative charges are generated. Thus the positive and the negative attract each other and the energy is lost. In PSC, the red and green polymers make sure the charges can be separated. The positive and the negative charges move to the negative and positive poles. Now light is converted to the moving charges, which is the energy. Is the Shunt sign. The special additive. There are two types of solar cell, a good one and the bad one. To differentiate between the good and bad solar cells, a special additive is used. The special additive is a slowly drying liquid which we add in the ink in a small amount. The active layer are made by a process called spin coating the ink. Spin coating is a technique to make thin films from an ink. By very fast rotation, a very thin film forms that dries by evaporating the liquid. While drying, the red polymers, that are the shorter one, forms large droplet which cause the poor performance of the solar cell. We found that without use of additive, the large droplets form in the late stage of drying process. The green polymer changes color. We have to stop the changing of the green polymer. Thus, we know that long polymer can fold up, and folding can make the green polymer to change their color. The effect of special additive is to make the green polymer fold earlier. When the green polymer folds, the red polymer doesn't form droplets, and in result it can be mixed layer betterly. Special additive control folding of one of the two polymers. The folding prevents the large droplet and increase the amount of interface between the two polymers. We can understand the spin coating technique by the diagram. When we don't add any additive, then we only apply the ink on the glass plate. We spin coat it and let it dry. It will take a second to dry. After that, there becomes a cluster together of the red polymers, or we can say that we see the red droplets on the green coating. But when we use the additive while we are applying ink and then we spin coat and dry, it will take a more time, but it will spread out evenly on the solar cell, which will give us a good solar cell. The drying takes longer time with the additive, but the red polymer is now not clustered and give us a good solar cell performance. The working of special additive can be understand that the green one are the long polymers and the red one are the short polymers. When we don't use the additive, there are some droplets which we can see in the left side of the diagram, while with additive the long polymers folded and there are no clusters or droplets in the ink which we can see on the right side. The folding of the green polymers can prevent the formation of the cluster of the red polymers, which will give a good performance of the plastic solar cell. The applications of plastic solar cells are also very wide. It is used in the wearable computing devices. We can use it in fiber optics communication for imaging applications or in medical field for the same. Ultra high efficient plastic solar cells are expected to work well in the low light condition. Or moreover, we can use the PSC in an artificial light. A hydrogen power card is a best example of the PSC, which can convert the energy into electricity to recharge the car's battery. Army, Navy and Air Force are also using the PSC for the development programs. The advantages of PSCs are that it is very easy. We can build on various substrate. It is more efficient as compared to the conventional solar cell, or we can specify that it is 30% more efficient than the conventional solar cells. They are more practical in application. Traditional solar cells are more bulky panels. This is very compact. PSCs are feasible that they can be even seen on the fabric, thus having vast applications. We can sew the PSC onto the fabric, thus we are saying that it is a wearable solar cell. They have the potential to turn the sun's power into a clean, green and consistent source of energy pollution in the environment. Obviously, it has some disadvantage also. The biggest problem with the PSCs is cost effectiveness. Moreover, the relative shorter lifespan when continuously exposed to the sun is the major problem. It could possibly require constant monitoring. The maintenance cost of the PSCs are very high. The degradation rate is also very fast. The improvement process in all these disadvantages are still going on to get a better version of the PSCs. Now we can compare the conventional and the plastic solar cells in the that conventional solar cells are made up of special materials called semiconductor, while the PSCs are constructed using nanotechnology. The conventional solar cells are expensive because of manufacturing process, while the PSCs are less in the cost because less material is required. The deploy or the space geographical area is required large in the conventional solar cell, but it is required less in plastic solar cell as they are compact. The efficiency of plastic solar cell is more compared to plastic solar cell. Thus, we can conclude that harnessing of a non-conventional energy is a human necessity in today's environment. The conventional solar cell which we are using are not yet reached the economical feasibility. Hence, the concept of plastic solar cell would be account to economically feasibly and mass uses. PSC can help in exploiting the infrared radiations from the sun ray. We can easily convert the sun's radiation or the sunlight into the electrical energy. The major advantage of PSC is that they can even work on a cloudy day or with a artificial light, which is not possible former. They are compact and less working. Scientists are working on making this more cheaper and lighter. If the solar farms can become a reality, the environment. Thus, at last I want to say that for a bright future with clean, green and free energy, we should use the plastic solar cells. Thank you for listening me very carefully. Have a great day.